Hello health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, and I just briefly want to mention what you can expect on my channel. So as always, you'll see yummy whole food plant-based meals on here, vegan meals, as well as some tips for some natural skincare perhaps, and just general health tips, but mainly my channel is centered on food, of course, and today I want to discuss how to simply structure your meals, and the star of the show is starch. So if you watch some of the videos on here where I describe ideal fuel and ideal way to eat for us, you'll know that it's plant foods, right? So I've shared with you guys this table, which I'll link down below as well, where our anatomy and physiology dictates that we are made, all our systems, digestive and all other systems, are made for plant foods, right? So so that's one part of the equation. But then you think, well, how do I eat plants? Do I need to worry about protein? Do I need to worry about B12? There's so many questions. How do I get enough calories? How do I get enough calcium? All of these questions might come to you and you might not know, well, how do I structure my meals? And until I revisited an excellent book by Dr. McDougal, I kind of didn't have a very centered approach of how do you actually center the meals, but I would definitely recommend you read this book, because that makes super easy for you to learn how to center your meals around starch, okay? Because we are originally are starchivores. So for millennia, for thousands of years, successful groups of people, the populations throughout history, they thrived on starches. So there are 6 starches that Dr. McDougal mentions that were cornerstone of people's diets throughout the history, right? So these 6 foods are potatoes, wheat, barley, corn, rice, and millet. In this book is actually a really interesting kind of infographic showing you of which kind of continents and countries were centered on which kind of starch. So your Asia is rye, also rice. Middle East was barley. Middle East also had oats, and Near East had wheat. Then legumes in America, sweet potatoes as well, so your beans. Then also corn in Central and North and South Americas as well, and then potatoes too. So it's so fascinating, that was real Paleolithic diets. You know how paleo diet is on the rise in popularity? You can hear paleo and Paleolithic or caveman diet, right? And that seems to mean that people were eating mainly meat, right? And that's completely wrong. The reason why they are claiming that we were mainly meat eaters, that we're eating a lot of meat, is because obviously bones are better surviving the ages, thousands of years, to kind of better preserved, whereas obviously grains haven't been able to preserve, because obviously they disintegrate into the earth, into natural materials much quicker than, say, for example, bone matter. So that's why, but it has been confirmed that our ancestors were mainly gatherers and not so much hunters, as some paleo advocates try to push on people. So you know, this book is excellent. I definitely recommend you read this. So yeah, so that's how I will be centering the meals and making it easy for you guys to, you know, cook your own simple meals. We'll be doing some batch cooking on the weekend. I'll do some videos of how I batch prepare some rice, some beans, some lentils and different kind of foods like that. Then you can easily then put together through the week to make delicious, yummy meals with addition of some, you know, non-oily sauces, spices, different kind of sauces like barbecue, chili, kind of ranch, but obviously whole food ranch sauces, just sauces and spices, and other vegetable additions. That's what makes the starch kind of based meals interesting. So your staple is your potato or your rye or your wheat berries or your rice, but then you add different bits of vegetables and spices and sauces, and then you know, make completely different dishes, right? So this is a very easy way to structure your meals, and at the same time is a very it's a way you can actually lose weight as well. So if you are not looking to lose weight, you're looking to kind of sustain your weight, and you know, continue as you are, you don't have any extra weight, then you can add some nuts and seeds to your meals, as well as avocados and olives, you know, more fatty foods. But if you're looking to actually lose weight, then, you know, don't indulge or maybe even omit those foods at the start, or add very limited amounts of them, because, you know, even though they are healthy whole foods, they are very calorific, you know, because nuts is the second most calorie dense food after oils. So yeah, so oils definitely don't recommend, and Dr. McDougal doesn't recommend any oils either, because, you know, it's extra calories. Our bodies, you know, get inflamed from it, and it's really not good. It clogs up the cells and then impedes, you know, any kind of fat, especially saturated or animal fats as well. They, you know, can clog up the cells and impede sugar being able to get into the cell, and then, you know, causing sugar spikes and people becoming diabetic. So yeah, so to avoid all oils, that's what Dr. John McDougal recommends, and I definitely agree, because I don't use oils in my kitchen, in my cooking. And if we go out, yes, sometimes we can't avoid oils, but this very seldom. And also another thing that, you know, Dr. McDougal recommends is not to eat processed foods, you know, because processed food, especially processed soy products, processed soy proteins and that sort of thing, is not a health food, right? It's not the same as soybean. So if you do want to consume soy products, which if you're trying to lose weight, then, you know, use soy products kind of limited as well, not too much, but you can use soybeans, you can use some tofu, you can use soy sauces, obviously, tempeh and miso. So those kind of naturally prepared and fermented foods, but avoid all kind of textured protein soy stuff. So yeah, because that, you know, that is actually not good for our bodies. It's kind of almost not much better than meat. So because it's so processed and our bodies don't know what to do with it. So yeah, avoid all processed, you know, foods, and, you know, especially soy products, okay? So if you want burger, I've got plenty of yummy plant-based patty recipes on my channel, which I linked down below, the, you know, the meat substitute playlist, in fact. But yeah, I'll be sharing more easy and cheap to make dishes. So another advantage of centering your meals around starch, that not only is satisfying and filling, because potato is your most filling vegetable per calorie. That's kind of, you know, the studies shown that potato is the most filling food per calorie, right? So not only they are filling and satisfying, and you can eat as much as you want or until you feel full, but also it's a very cheap way to eat, because meats, as you probably know, are very, very expensive these days. And you know, like pre-packaged foods and takeaways and restaurant foods, you know, they cost so much. Whereas if you cook from scratch at home and center your meals on starches, whether it's rice, potatoes, beans, and kind of barley or wheat, like pasta dishes, for example, like homemade pasta dishes or whole grain organic pastas you can buy, you know, from the shops. If you center your meals around these foods, then you're saving so much money and also your health in the process. Okay, so this is a very, very simple way to structure your meals if you base them on starches. So on my channel you can expect, you know, more simple, tasty and money saving recipes, you know, batch cooking recipes and that kind of thing, to help you to transition to the plant-based diet as effortlessly and joyously as possible. Okay, so yeah, so I'll look forward to sharing more of my kind of starch solution based recipes on the channel. So yeah, so that's how the simplest way to center your meals for your health and for your wallet is around starch. And me personally, I'm a fan of potatoes. I'm from Lithuania, so in Lithuania we love our potatoes. We're kind of our national dishes are all based around potatoes. I love potato dishes, so yeah, so I'll be making more potato dishes as well for you. So yeah, I can't wait to show you how easy, simple and cheap it can be to eat this kind of way, and at the same time maintaining great health, or if you have some weight to lose, also losing weight naturally without having to restrict yourself and to starve. You know, it just happens in the process naturally and gradually. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, guys, see you.